Hi, in this episode of GSuite Admin 3 of 20 for 2020, we'll take a look at GSuite Security, searching Drive for shared files. Now, why is that a security task, you ask? Well, anyone can share pretty liberally, and sometimes you share things that you didn't intend to share with everyone at work. So let's say that you have confidential information about yourself or students. What if you accidentally have shared that with everyone in the domain? So let's take a look at how you can see what you have shared, and then we'll talk about how to fix anything that you may have shared. So to start, go to Google Drive and select the drop-down menu, and then you're looking for things that are owned by you. So you're going to change owner to owned by me. And you're looking if you click on anywhere under location, you're looking in the visible to anyone in my domain. And by doing that, you're looking for things that you've made possible for anyone who has an account in your domain to search for and find that information. So now I click on search, and lo and behold, I have a series of things that I'm perfectly comfortable having shared. Maybe you'll see things on the list like school rules or acceptable use policy, things that you would want students and teachers to be able to search for. But what is this confidential information? I open this file up, and lo and behold, it's a student's IEP, their social security numbers, maybe it's a discipline referral. Oopsies. This should not have been shared that way. How do you fix it? So first, if you do find yourself in that position, you can go over, open up the doc that you don't want searchable in your domain. And in the right-hand corner here, you can see just by hovering over any doc or hovering over the share button, it will tell you how it's shared. So this tells me that people at my domain can find and access. And I want to change that. So I click on share, and then I click on advanced. So I always recommend to get to the maximum share setting options, click on advanced. You can see that the owner is yourself, and you haven't shared it specifically with any other colleague or student or teacher, but anyone can find and access. So let's change that right away. So you click on change, and you have these options. So let's just take a look at this in case you weren't aware. When you select anyone at your domain can find and access, that means they can go into Google Drive and randomly search for maybe a student's name, a topic, and just see what they can come up with. All right. So you may think that that's terrible for this particular piece of information or this folder. You want to make sure that only people in your domain with the link can find and access, and then you're just going to share the link with them. Be careful about this option as well, because even though by changing it so that anyone with the link can access, that means the person with the link could share it with someone else who you didn't intend to share with. So that's okay if you have something that is quasi, I don't really want people to search for it, but if somebody got it, it'd be fine. So how do you make those decisions? If you're really on the fence or this has to be secure, you want to turn that off completely. Just shut it down. All right. So we've got a piece of confidential information or a folder. We want to share this file, but we want it to be also protected so it doesn't get inadvertently shared with somebody else. So I click on save. And now it's completely shut down. Nobody can access this but me. Now there's two options. Number one is maybe there's two other people that need to have access to that, two other people on your SPED team. So I'm going to share this with Geraldine and Veronica. All right. You can give them edit access, you can give them comment access, you can give them view access, but you're sharing it with two specific people. So that's great. The other thing you can do to tighten the security, let's say that they just need to see the information because they need to use that information to do something else with it. Well, you can share specifically with Geraldine and Veronica, but then you can also prevent them from changing access or adding new people. You can even disable options to download, print, and copy for commenters and viewers. So if you're giving view-only access, I can disable the ability for others, for them to download, print, or copy the information. Now, that may not be something that you need to require for this doc, but those are really great options if you need to share, but you want the maximum security with the folks that you're sharing with. So think about the information you're sharing, especially when you're sharing information about others, and what is the best protection you can provide for them while still giving your colleagues or the people you're sharing with the information that they need. So go ahead and make those decisions. The other piece is you can share with groups. So if you have a team, let's say it's, SPED at myschool.com, you can share with that group. So in this case, I have Riverdale at myschool.com, and that I know there's 5 people in that group. I can share with the group. So that's another option you have as well, but really better to choose groups or individuals for sharing than setting global settings for confidential information. So now that I've changed that setting, if I go in and try that search again, oops. Well, that information is now gone. So I had to refresh, but as you go in and run that search again, refresh, you'll see that document or that folder that you were looking for is no longer there. An easy way to scan through, let's say you're looking at your list of files, you're like, I'm not really sure what that is. There's a couple ways you can get a quick look at those files without having to open them. So one way is to change it from list view. Over in the right-hand corner, you can change it to grid view. So that tells me what I'm looking at. If I still don't know what I'm looking at, if you select a file, there's always this little preview button here. I click on that and I get a window into what that is. And I'm like, oh yeah, that could be shared. Oh yeah, that could be shared. And you can use the arrow keys to kind of navigate through the folder or the list from your search without having to open every individual file. So that's just a general tip for searching in Google Drive. I hope this information has been helpful for you. And you can always subscribe to me, youtube.com/Ali Malika, to find more videos. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.